Hi everyone, my name is Elzon and I'm gonna be presenting about a movie that I have for my project, which is the history of film class. And I basically gonna do the presentation about this movie. And so yeah, I'm gonna do some stuff. I'm gonna share a video a little bit. I'm gonna share my presentation, and we're gonna just find out a couple topics that we're gonna see in the presentation. So here I'm going to bring up like some topics that would hopefully make you guys understand a little bit about the movie, about this piece of art. And this topic will be the director and about the composer as well, and even the characters that played in the movie. And we also gonna talk about some technical stuff. Yeah, I forget to tell you about the movie, and this is a great movie. It's an action movie that created in 1976. It's one of the movie that won a lot of awards and get a lot of nominations back in the day. And even they have 9 sequels, if I'm not mistaken. I did a couple of research about it. So yeah, let's just jump into it. And the movie is the Rocky. The original Rocky, the first Rocky that is created in 1976. And this movie is really great. Basically, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about the brief summary about this movie. We can tell, as you can read in the my presentation here, my PowerPoint. The movie basically tells about this small-time boxer. His name is Rocky Balboa, which played by Sylvester Stallone. And then he also at the same time work as a debt collector, like basically just do whatever he wants in order to live. In the Philadelphia, there's a state in the United States, and he was picked arbitrarily by a heavyweight champion that at that time looks kind of boring. And his name is Apollo Creed, that played by Carl Weathers. And later in the movie they will fight at the end. And as you can see as well here, I would explain a little bit about the characters and the main characters. As you can see in the PowerPoint, there's a girl with Rocky Balboa. His name is Adrian, and later in the movie gonna be Rocky's girlfriend. Play big roles in it as well. So other than that, yeah, we're just gonna jump to the next slide. Oh yeah, firstly we're gonna talk about the directors. It's a great directors. His name is John Gilbert Adfelson. He not only Rocky 1, or like the very first Rocky, he also directed the 5th Rocky, which also brought him a couple of awards, and he won 2 awards for the best directing and outstanding director from American Award in only the Rocky 1976. And also of course he got a lot of nomination in Rocky 5 later, a couple of years. And one interesting thing about this specific director is he got a nickname, the Forgotten Author. Like not the other author like Hitchcock and Scorsese. A lot of people at the time, there is an interview to the audience who watched Rocky, and all of the like audience or the people who watch saying that the director of Rocky would be either Scorsese or Hitchcock. Those only 2 directors that they guessed at the time, and they don't really know about this director, about this Sir John Gilbert Adfelson. They don't really understand about who he was at the time, and that's why he got this name, the Forgotten Author, because he also one of the other than Hitchcock and some other directors. So of course, not only that, what makes him more interesting about the type of shot, the focus, and what he was doing as a director in the movie Rocky. We know that there's a couple scenes that I would show you later in the presentation about how he could really do his job in this movie. And a couple of shots that he used for the Rocky movie is like very extreme close-up shots, and he kind of play a little bit with the focus as well. And he also kind of including the background, so the other components in the background of the main character, so that we, the audience, can like pleasantly see the scenes. And he also wants the audience to feel the tension and the atmosphere of the scene. It's like we kind of feel what they are doing in the movie, like we are in the movie, like basically what he's trying to do. And we'll see the sequence with a long shot later in the movie. It's pretty much popular. And so yeah, there's some unique shot that apparently we're gonna see, and I'm gonna explain a little bit about the shot that he did in the movie. So the shot will be this one, and we're gonna see a little bit about the scenes here. As you can see in the scenes, in that scene, specific scenes, what makes this director even more interesting is that that specific scenes was actually unscripted. It's like the director just see the big ship behind, like, as a background, and he thought that it will be pretty much interesting, so that the audience would kind of see something new as a big wide shot, and kind of included the background, the big ships, and Rocky's like running in front of it, do a sprint, kind of jogging as well. And it's really interesting because it's unscripted, and a lot of people, or the staff that help during the shooting, didn't have any idea about what he was thinking, about what this Sir Elzon thinking, the director thinking. So that's why it's pretty cool. As we know, not a lot of directors have the idea of making or doing scenes that out of the script. This is really cool. Yeah, so the director really have a useful skills that can be usable in the scenes in this movie, Rocky 5. I mean, Rocky, the first Rocky. So like one other thing that I learned about this specific director is that most of his movie are actions movie. Some of them, like few of them, only like a comedy action movie and a little bit of romantic as well. But most of his movie is basically action movie. So he pretty knew about what he was doing in the movie, this Rocky movie. So the next main topic that we're gonna talk about or discuss about is the score writer. So it's basically doing music, like a soundtrack and everything. His name is Bill Conti, or William Bill Conti, and he was a composer in this movie Rocky, and also 4 others of its series. We know how great he is, that the directors and some other stuff, and even he is always being used as the composer in this movie and even some other series. He was born in Rhode Island, and even though he's Italian, he got 3 nomination Academy Awards for the Best Original Song in movie Rocky as well. So it's a pretty great composer. And not only Rocky, he also wrote some other scores for the movie Karate Kid and all the other series, which led him to win some other awards as well. So yeah. Next, we are going to talk about the screenwriter, and you guys gonna be really kind of shocked who is the screenwriter of this movie. And he is Sylvester Stallone himself. He is the one who wrote the story for Rocky 1976 and some other Rocky series as well. He also played as the main character as the Rocky Balboa. And not only that, he won many awards during his career in doing this film and some other series in Rocky as well. And also, there are some interesting facts about Rocky Balboa or Sylvester Stallone before he do the movie. He wrote the story basically within 3 days, and in that specific 3 days, he doesn't really have any money. He was so poor, and like he even needed to like sell his dog to get $50 and just kind of live a life in that specific situation. However, he become really confident and sell his screen to the public, and eventually he could like create a movie called Rocky and some other series. What a great story about this screenwriter. He really has the ambitions to like create something new and kind of for his life, as we know that he was poor, really don't have anything to do, just type everything he could type about the stories within 3 days, and even sold his dog, and now here we go. He is become one of the well-known popular actor of all time. Other than screenwriter, we're gonna talk next about all the characters, all the actors in movie Rocky 1976. And here we go. We're gonna jump to the main characters. We got 5 the very key roles in this movie. We got Rocky Balboa, that we know played by Sylvester Stallone, and Apollo Creed played by Carl Weathers, Mickey Goldman played by Sir Burgess Meredith, Adrian, who later become Rocky's girlfriend, and Paulie Penino, the brother of this Adrian Penino in the movie as a characters that played by Burt Young. We're gonna jump to the first main character, which is Rocky Balboa. We know that Rocky Balboa is a kind of lonely person. At the very beginning of the scenes, we see that he just won a fight with his opponent, and he just went home and feels like when he was walking the streets, the feeling of coldness and the atmosphere is just really lonely, and he kind of has no feeling at all or no emotions. Just even though he won, he doesn't really look so happy at that time. So I typed down in the very bottom of the slide to say stoicism. We'll see the definition of stoicism that really describe Rocky as a person, as a character in the movie. So we know that stoicism is like philosophical term for endurance of pain, hardship, kind of hard work, doing all of the stuff that he could do. Seems to understand. He also seems to understand how to control his emotion and kind of feelings, as we see in the very beginning of the scenes. He win. He kind of won. He won the fight in the very first fight in the movie. No feeling at all. He gets some money, go back, and the next day he just do his job like as a debt collector. So here's one of the philosophical terms that we learn about. It's actually good though. Like if we live in a life that's so hard, we need to control something that we can control other than something that we cannot control. And this is one of the scenes that I'll show you about how lonely he is, about when he got back from the fight. Just he went home, just seeing how messed up his home is, and just let's jump to the scenes then.
Hey, your old man did pretty good tonight. Why weren't you there, huh? You should have seen. Here, go say hi. You know, if you guys could sing a dance. And this turtle food I got here, this turtle food I got here had more flies in it. No one wants it than flies. More fly, one moths. Who the hell cares?
This is such a great shot from the cameraman. The focus is changed. Such a great focus here. From the mirror back again to the real character. So see how lonely he is. He just like walk home and talk to his pet, talk to his turtle and fish, which make the atmosphere feels even more lonely than before. We know how sad he is. He doesn't really seems too happy about what he just got, because he got a couple monies from his fight that he won, but there is no even emotion that says how happy he is here. And what makes him even more interesting about the changing of emotion that we'll see later in the movie, just like a superhero who's preparing himself to prepare himself for a big fight, Rocky was then asked to fight the best fighter in that era, called we know Apollo Creed, and the fight in the movie we will talk about later. He practices boxing and physical ability and become a whole different person, as we know in the beginning. I'm gonna explain a little bit about his personality after that couple of scenes, after he got a challenge, like a big challenge from a big from a big boxer heavyweight championship. The hard work and effort that we'll see later in the scenes is really a lot improved. He only, like we know, a small time boxer, no regular job, just like doing something that he just wanted to do to get money in order to live. However, there's appealing characters that we have to learn from him, which is the underdog appealing characters. We know that he's nobody, got nothing to do, just a great small time boxer that have to fight a big championship. And we just see how relatable these characters as an underdog. We all have the same kind of character as well in ourselves. So I think it's a great lessons from this character, from Rocky character specifically. And the scenes that we'll see about him being so successful, not successful, being so improve and just change his character from no feeling, kinda there's no exciting at all about life, just do whatever you want to do, and then into these characters, new characters that have purpose. We'll see the scene. That's it. This specific scene, as I talked about earlier about the directors, those scenes that you just see was actually unscripted, and how we just kind of run and look at the back and just gonna run and just see the background. A lot of people like looking at him running and the cars. I cannot believe that he using the camera using cars and just gonna shoot in front of him, and just Rocky kind of run towards the camera and just do some action a little bit. And we know that all of the backgrounds kind of people looking at him because they don't know what is happening right now. What is happening right now? Are they doing some scene sequence or whatsoever? So that's why they kind of confused and look at Rocky. So it's basically unscripted, and Rocky was just like, hey, what's up? Or there's some kind of actions in this movie. It's pretty interesting how great the directors kind of directing this movie. The next one we are going to talk about Apollo Creed, that played by Carl Weathers. Here we know that Apollo Creed is described as a confident and kind of cocky a little bit about his characters, and he also described as a heavyweight champion that always win. He seems to be a person that kind of underestimates his opponents, which what he did to Rocky. And he was the absolute opposite of Rocky, way different. He got a lot of money, great job, and a heavyweight boxing full championship. I would describe these two characters as a yin and yang, which is the opposite of each other. Some other Rocky is like poor guy, lonely, and just have nothing to do, just do whatever he wants in order to get money. And the other hand is Apollo Creed, which is a lot different as well. We're gonna also talk about the other main characters. Mickey Goldmill, played by Burgess Meredith. Mickey Goldmill was a trainer in this movie. He trains Rocky. He was described as an old man that used to box as well. He's kind of like a father figure because we know how lonely he is, and just Mickey just kind of feel the gap or feel the loneliness of Rocky, which is seems to me like a father. And next characters we're gonna talk about is Adrian Penino, which described as a lover of Rocky. Seems to play a good supporting actor as well. And basically Paulie and Penino is a brother and sister. They play a really good supporting characters. We know that Rocky lives in alone, he has nobody. Then this girl just came to his life and kind of make a little bit difference to Rocky's life. It makes the movie even more colorful. These are great lessons that we got from these all characters. We're gonna see a little bit of clip here of how great the shots of these specific directors. Let's just watch it. And this has also become our conclusion as there's a one quote here in the scenes that's really interesting to me.
About it for Creed, you know?
I said that before, you dumb dago!
You know, I've been coming in for 6 years, and 6 years you've been sticking it to me. I want to know how come.
You don't want to know.
Yeah, I want to know how come.
You want to know?
I want to know how.
Okay, I'm going to tell you. Because you had the talent to become a good fighter. And instead of that, you became a leg breaker. Some cheap second-rate loan shark.
It's a living?
It's a waste of life.
So as we can see in the scenes, Sir Elzon really emphasized the components as the background and also the main characters. And the quote that I'm gonna talk about as a conclusion is the one that is said by Mickey. Okay, I'm gonna tell you, you had a talent to become a good fighter, but instead of that, you become a leg breaker to some cheap second-rate loan sharks. It's a really powerful quote from him, and that's why Mickey kind of mad at him, because he got talent to be a good fighter, but he don't want it to like use that as a talent. He just don't want to practice. And this movie really also teaches me personally about hard work, sort of like effort that will not betray the result. And the movie also kind of put some important elements of how the appealing of the underdog that I just explained to you earlier in the presentation. How we see how useless Rocky at first as a person, yet has a great heart of warrior later in the movie to fight this heavyweight championship. And I think that's it for me. Thank you for watching this presentation, and just hopefully we can learn a lot of lessons from the movie Rocky 1976. Thank you.